Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Fabulous people. I hope you are all doing well. Good afternoon. I'm coming your way again. Today we have some discussions we're going to have some discussions. It's going to be a quick one. I have a meeting, well, a couple of meetings this evening, one on Facebook Live, and so I have to be rushing and then I'll prepare for a few things. So, welcome, guys. It's going to be, hopefully, we'll just do a few minutes and then you guys can go. I hope everyone is doing fine. You're enjoying your day. It's been quite a hectic morning for me. As usual, I'm recording from Manassas in Virginia. I serve clients all around here in the DMV area and in all 50 states throughout the US because, of course, immigration law is federal, and so I can serve everybody here in the US. All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. As usual, I bring you all the steamy, exciting topics. As you know, guys, there is so the types of immigrants here in the US, and the government would usually there's a cap on the number of green cards that can be issued out to immigrants every year. Welcome, thank you for joining. Stick around. Fun gonna happen soon. Lots of fun gonna happen soon. Legal fun. Okay, so there's a cap on the number of green cards that the government will issue out every year. Guys, drop me a comment if you're watching, where you're watching from. Let me know who you are, what's going on with you, how you're doing. So yeah, remember that America is the most, subjectively, the most beautiful, most powerful country in the world, and many people want to be here. Of course, not everybody wants to be here, but there are more people that want to be here than there is enough space to contain everybody here in the US. Okay, so in other words, the number of people that want to come into the US are more than the number of people that the US government wants to welcome. So maybe there's space for just, let's say, 100 people, 100 immigrants in the US every year, but there are 5,000 immigrants from all around the world who want to come in the US. So that, there's a lot of calculations that is done, like the number of hospitals, the number of social amenities, the resources that are available to the community should be able to contain the number of people within the community. So that's why we have the quota system. So there are about 226,000 green cards that are issued every year, and this is for the family-based immigration. Let's take a comment from Ras Iwuku. Hello, watching from NYC. Ras, how is New York? How is the city of New York? What's happening there? How's the weather? How's the feeling? What's up? Okay, so the H-1B, so the employment green card cap is 140,000 a year, and the H-1B cap, I think, is about 60,000. So you see, they have to. So let's focus on the family immigration. Only 226,000 green cards can be given. Can be given in a year. So we should say only 226,000 immigrant visas can be given in a year. Okay, so these are numbers that they have to stick by so that they they don't disturb any type of balancing or any type of calculations that have been done for the benefit of the people that live in the US. So with that quota, every country has, no country can take more than 7% of the quota. So every country of origin, all the countries in the world have a percentage. So out of the 226,000, imagine if they were not given quotas. Maybe China would say, look, we're taking 200,000 of the visas and the rest of the world should say 26,000. Doesn't happen that way. There's a very fair distribution of the quotas. So every country cannot have more than 7% of the visas being issued to their people. so that it's really fair. So when you look, for example, on the visa bulletin, you realize that some of the countries, there's always a backlog because there are actually more people applying there than there are visas to cater to them. So usually, so a country like Mexico with about 129 million people, that's huge. China has 1.4 billion people, always a backlog. Philippines has 105 million people, huge backlog all the time. India has 1.3 billion people. Oh my goodness, huge backlog. Pit that against Belgium, that has about 11 million people. Ghana has about 30 million people. Okay, so the distribution has to be fair so that each country can take what belongs to them and then can let their people come here, you know, get equal opportunity to come here in the US. So let's talk about how the numbers are respected and obeyed. Okay, let's talk about the numbers and, you know, what happens. So the first thing I would like to talk about is that this, you know, this quota system of granting green cards to only a certain number of people every year doesn't apply to certain categories of people. So there's a category, a special category of people called immediate relatives. So if you're the immediate relative of a US citizen, meaning you are a parent, you are a child of a US citizen, or you are a spouse of a US citizen, no quota applies to you. There's always a visa available for these people. So for them, there are no caps and there are no numbers. So if there are 5 million spouses of US citizens, they are granted visas to come. You know, they don't have to wait until it's their turn and then now apply. A visa is always immediately available for them. They are categorized as the immediate family people, that immediate family relatives. So kindly knows that when we talk about child of a US citizen, we're talking about somebody who is under the age of 21 years old and is unmarried. In US immigration, somebody who's above 21 years old and is even the offspring of a US citizen is referred to as a son or daughter and not a child. Okay, so that's a distinction that you might want to just know. Okay, so it says here, let's look at this. I'm sharing my screen with you. We're looking on, you know, the family preference category chart. So US immigration allows certain aliens who are family members of US citizens and lawful permanent residents to become green card holders based on specific family relationships. So this is one thing I want to talk about. Like people will message you know, telling attorneys, please help me to come to the US. The attorney cannot conjure a qualifying feature for you. You have to qualify. Sometimes you can qualify based on specific family relations that you have here. Sometimes you may qualify based on your skills or, you know, some employment opportunity, a job that you'll get here. Sometimes you may qualify based on humanitarian grounds like asylum or abuse, or you're a victim of a big crime. When you were here in the US, you can help the government or the police solve it, you know. So here you have to qualify based on specific family relationships. So let's take a look at the family relationships, and then we'll talk a little bit about the visa bulletin, and then we'll call it a day. So yeah, so we have, as I said, we have the categories. The first one is immediate families of immediate relatives of US citizens. Those people, visa always available. Now let's come to the family preference immigrant categories. The first preference is the F1, which is the married sons and daughters of US citizens. As I told you, when we talk about unmarried sons and daughters, you have to be 21 years and older. You are not a child of a US citizen. So if you are not a child of a US citizen, you don't have that immediate relative priority. You are part of the ranking. So you come down, and that's the F1. You see, you have to be unmarried. You cannot be married because I guess the rationale is they just want unmarried people, because if they have to do it for married people, then they have to also consider the spouse and children of those people. So I guess, so it's just for unmarried sons and daughters of US citizens. That's the F1. We go to the second preference, which is the spouse. The second preference is the F2A category. That's the spouse and children of a green card holder. So these people are also unmarried. The children are also unmarried, and they are under 21 years old. So the second preference talks about the spouses and very young children and children of green card holders. Remember again, the term child used in US immigration law means somebody who is unmarried and is under 21 years of age. So we move to the next preference, second preference, which is the F2B, and these are unmarried sons and daughters. Okay, when you look here, the unmarried sons and daughters, these people are not categorized as children because these people are older than 21 years old, and they are of unmarried sons and daughters of green card holders. Let me take a break here and then let's go a little bit and talk about the visa bulletin. The reason why it's important to have all these rankings is because of the visa bulletin. Every month, the Department of let me pull this up. Is it the Department of State? Yes. So they come out with a visa bulletin every month showing the priority dates and who can apply and all of that. Essentially, when you apply for an I-130, which is a petition for an alien relative, you will find your priority date on top of the notice, which is beside the receipt number. This priority date is what you need to study, as well as understand your ranking and know where you fall. So if, for example, you are an unmarried son and daughter, you are F1, take your F1, take your priority date, and then you should be able to look at the chart to know, when to file or what's not. These are things that an attorney can help you with because they can get quite technical. You just have to understand how to read your priority date and understand what your ranking is, and then make sure that your priority date comes before your final action date. And you need to, so that about 2 charts you need to take a look at and then know when to apply or when to start gathering your documents or whatever. So that's the purpose, just giving a background of the purpose of these rankings. The second preference, which is the F2B, is unmarried sons and daughters, yes, of green card holders. And the third preference is the F3. These are married sons and daughters of US citizens. So they are the F3. Of course, if you have a US citizen son or daughter and they are married, then they are the F3 category. Then the F4 bottom, brothers and sisters of US citizens. Those people, oh my goodness, they have a long time to wait before visas become available because they have to cater to the people on the top of the list. They have to cater to spouses and children of green card holders, and those people usually will not have basically they have to cater to the spouses and children of green card holders before they cater to some other people like married sons and daughters of US citizens. Okay, so there's a priority list. Let me go on here and then share this screen with you. We're almost done. Today we're just doing a very brief session, so just hold on, hang on tight. Let me share this one from let's see right here. Guys, drop me a comment. I'm going to be reading comments soon. It's right here. How to read the visa bulletin. That's what I'm actually looking for right here. Okay, I got it. There it is. Okay, I see. We'll just talk about a few things here. Yes, right here, and then we should be good to go. Okay, let's understand this. Okay, so as I said, because a number of people who want to apply for visas or green cards or immigrant visas are the type of visas where people are coming here to stay permanently in the US. Non-immigrant means that you don't intend to come live here for a long time. You're just coming for schooling, for a visit. Okay, so the number of immigrants, intended immigrants, usually exceed the number of available visas. So that's why they have the rankings. Okay. Okay, so pretty much that's it. Let me see. I think I have to scroll down some more. Let me go back and then let's scroll down right here. Yeah, okay. I think that that's it. We just need to, as I said, you need to understand, look where your priority date is, and then understand your family preference category. And then once you determine it, you can determine, when to actually file for your I-130. I'm sorry, file for your either your consular processing or your adjustment of status. The consular processing again is for people who are abroad. So you are here, your US citizen family member is here in the US, and they have filed an I-130. They have petitioned for foreign, like a family member who's abroad or here. So once they receive the I-130, that is the one that will contain the priority date, and then once that is there, it will show them when to file either the consular process or when to adjust their status. And you file the adjustment of status if your family member that you are petitioning for is right here on US soil, but you file the consular processing if they are abroad or they are outside of the US. Okay, guys, so let me see. I think that today, as I said, we just have a few minutes. So let me end it right here. I'm exhausted, overworked. So I just came here, quick one. We just talked about a few numbers relating to green cards and what to understand by priority dates, and then the visa bulletin. I'll come again and we'll go into detail. We'll do all the calculations and what to look for and where to look and all of that, and that may help somebody. Okay, guys, if you need help, that's my number right there, 802-7800-564. I serve clients all around the US. Can an undocumented person get married to a green card holder? Janet, you're welcome. Well, I would have to check that, what specifically is going on with you. Usually, if you are undocumented and you are out of status, the green card holder, so people that get married to US citizens, even if you've been undocumented for 30 years, you can easily adjust and your overstay will be forgiven. I don't know if here the person has overstayed. So I think I don't know, probably overstayed, but usually if it's to a green card holder, you may need to go back home to your home country and then do consular processing from there because you've overstayed and violated the terms of your visa. You may not be able to adjust directly here without leaving. Okay. So yeah, of course, you can get married, but the issue is whether you can actually adjust your status. Okay, so one way in which undocumented people who are married to green card holders can adjust their status here in the US without leaving is going through a process known as VAWA. If you're married to a green card holder and you have been, they are extremely cruel to you and abuse you, extremely, you may be able to file for the Violence Against Women's Act. And, you don't have to leave the US soil if that's the case and you're married to a green card holder. Otherwise, usually you might have to leave and then actually do the consular processing from your country. And that's also a whole nother ball game, because if you've overstayed by 180 days, you have a 3-year ban, bar from entering the US. If you've overstayed for over 1 year, you have a 10-year permanent, a 10-year bar. And so these are things that you will definitely need to look through with your attorney, and then let the attorney review the situation and then give you what the best options are for your case. Okay, guys. Alrighty, so it's been a wonderful afternoon with you, very chill. I hope to come your way again soon. Just stay safe, be good, and of course, make sure you contact me if you have any type of US immigration law problem. I'll be here. Call my office on 802-7800-564 to schedule a consultation, and that will be your special one-on-one time with me, and then I will review your situation and tell you, what exactly you need to do for an effective solution to what you're going through. All right, have a wonderful rest of the day. Be blessed, and join me for tonight's program. The link is on my page. I'll be on Ebenezer Methodist Church. I'll be with them. They are located in Maryland. I'll be there. I shared the flyer, I think, last week. So yeah, I'll be there on their Facebook Live page. We'll be talking about, of course, the law, what's happening, and giving you the legal tea. All right, so join us if you have some time, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day. Take care, and bye-bye.